Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's time for podcast Tuesday. So, yep, this time we got an interesting podcast because you know, Cephal. So when I remember how Nagas and Viashinos got replaced by snakes and lizards, well, apparently I found out that Cephalids got replaced by octopodes. So now creatures that are cephalid creatures are now octopus creatures. So basically, uh, so we're gonna go over the 10 best octopus cards in all of Magic. So what once were cephalids like a year ago or something 2 years ago, I don't know where, or even are now octopus. So let's just go over them. So we first got the combo, the non-bow, which the non-bow, I mean, it technically works, but only to a certain extent. But let's go into but then we go into the actual cards. So let's start with the combo. And it is, we got Lancer's Encore with Cephalid Aristocrat, allowing you to self-mill the whole deck. So Lancer's Encore, or basically any Encore creature, can redirect damage from the Encores to your own creatures, allowing you to basically, you know, infinite act. So this already is like an infinite activation. So you work this with a card like Nadu or Cephalid Aristocrat that has a target has like an effect where when it gets targeted by a spell or ability, then yeah, it just it just works. I mean, decide. I of course there's the legacy combo, which I just decided not to include. The actual card because it's gonna happen later. I mean, uh, that card is in the top 10 best octopus creatures. So yeah, might do a might do a core podcast in some moment, but for now we're just doing octopus podcast. So I decided to put a combo with an octopus. Let's go to the non-bow, and we got So we got Glacial Chasm and Soul Echo. This, most of you guys will think, oh shoot, that's that's perfect. Because then you don't die to having less than 0 life, but then you cannot take damage at all. So Soul Echo, you probably haven't seen it before. I mean, Glacial Chasm, chances are you have seen it. Soul Echo, maybe not. X and 2 white, enchantment. When you play Soul Echo, put X echo counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are no echo counters on on the Soul Echo, destroy it. Otherwise, then the opponent mm, may have it, so that may choose Weather to remove counters from you when you take damage. Like for every damage that's dealt to you until your next turn, one counter may be removed instead. So, and Glacial Chasm, what it does is that you have a cumulative upkeep of 2 life. So you have to exponentially start paying 2, then 4, then 8, then 6, then 8, like for each for each H counter on it. When it ETBs, sacrifice a land. You cannot attack. Damage dealt to you is reduced to 0. So what this so if you have those two out on the battlefield, you're uh it's basically you're still untouchable. I mean, you can literally pay the life up till you reach like 0 or some or 1, and you're not taking damage, and then But the thing is, so this Glacial Chasm would literally render the Soul Echo useless because the thing is, Soul Echo would, you know, is not doing it because since you cannot lose unless like the only thing that's in which Soul Echo is helping you is that you don't lose by being at less than one life. Whilst Glacial Chasm, so you so the thing is that the cumulative upkeep cost is a life cost. So you cannot pay the cost. You have to sacrifice the chasm. Supreme. I'm pretty sure chasm would still work. So I mean, it's as in your opponent cannot remove the echo counters from Soul Echo if you were to take damage because you're not taking damage at all. I mean, it's just it's just that the chasm is basically rendering the Soul Echo useless, not the other way around. But I'm pretty sure that's how I see it. But I don't know. I don't know. You're a judge or not? I don't know. But still, this does not work. Just saying. Let's go into number 10, and we got Kzaar, Augur of Agonies, a 4-mana free for legendary Cephalid advisor. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent, drain an opponent from 1 life. Basically, you know, not only does it hurt the opponent for when you draw uh when you draw cards like there's other cards. I mean, when you draw a card. So let's just see. Draw a card, lose. So I mean, like Nif misses it, or even or whatever. There was this card that where you draw cards, each opponent loses life. I forgot the name, but it was like a brain in a thingy. Yeah, I forgot. But anyways, but then there's like this one card where if you draw a card, you gain a life. So this actually like, combines both effects. It's actually really cool. Plus, it's an uncommon. I mean, you mostly get stuff like that on rares, like Niv Mizzet. That's what I'm saying. But or Locust God. Like whenever you draw a card. But Kessa is actually not bad. I mean, yep, 4-mana free for legendary Cephalid advisor. Oh no, Octopus advisor. My bad. And yeah, let's go to number 9, and we got Callous Oppressor, a 3-mana 1/2 Octopus with you can choose not to untap the Oppressor during your untap type. When as the ETBs, an opponent chooses a creature type, and you can tap to steal a creature that isn't of that type for as long as the Callous Oppressor remains tapped. So, Oppressor allows you to temporarily steal creatures for as long as you want, as long as it's not a certain creature type of the opponent's choice. So this is useless against tribal decks. However, if creature types aren't an issue, like if we're talking like some decks, that they don't like you're not gonna steal an opponent's commander with this. That's something for sure. But you could steal like other stuff. So let's just say uh you're using this against someone who's playing the Locust God. The Locust God player would probably say, you can't steal. But the thing is, if you're playing this in multiplayer, you only have to select. It's only one opponent. You choose an opponent to declare a creature type, and you can still steal from your, so you may not steal, like that player's commander, but you could steal uh someone else's commander. So yeah, that's basically Cash Suppressor. That's our number 9. Let's go to our number 8. And it is Sea Dasher Octopus. A free mana 2/2 Octopus with mutate for 2 mana. Flash, when it deals combat damage to player, draw a card. So, this is one of those, hits the opponent, draw cards. And it's good. I mean, you see the I mean, this in sealed, and some constructed decks, maybe commanders. So I mean, it's actually good because hit someone, you draw a card, and then you get like a bunch of cool stuff. And it's a mutation. You can lich and has flash. So you mutate it on an unblocked creature, kind of like ninjutsu, and then boom, you get the card back. And if it was a 1/1, you could literally upgrade it into a 2/2, or even like there's even cool stuff. Trigger mutate triggers, as in like some creature that when a creature mutates onto it, boom, do something. So yeah, Sea Dasher Octopus must have for any blue mutate deck. So yeah, that's basically our number 8. Let's go to our number 7, and we got Marvel Deep Operative, 5 mana 1/8, legendary Octopus Rogue. Whenever Marvel attacks, clash with defending player. And whenever you win a clash, draw a card and you can cast a spell with MV 8 or less for free. So this works well. You could make like a commander clash deck, like cards that basically clash. And expensive cards. So you play a bunch of 8 mana cards of you. So in case you don't know what clash is that you and someone have to review the top card of the deck. And if you win that clash, uh, it, like and and the highest mana cost, determines the winner of the clash. So and then after the clash happens, that card is scryed. So you can choose it to leave it on the top or on the bottom. Doesn't count as scry trigger, but just saying you can place it anywhere. And this card doesn't really matter who started clash. If someone clashed you and you end up winning, you get the trigger. So this, let's say with stuff like one of the worst cards in the game, Bog Hoodlums, would actually work very good with Marvel, because Marvel, like maybe let's say you win a clash, you get to cast Bog Hoodlums from the top. It's a 6 mana spell, so 6 mana. It helps with clashing, and then you put it in clash again, and then darn. I mean, to be fair, I never had Bog Hoodlums as the worst card in the game. I only had it as one of the worst, but maybe it's not so bad after all. It's Broken Ambitions. That is also a cool one because it counters and lets control pays ads, clash, and then if you win, the spell's control mills 4. Captivating Glance triggers a clash trigger. So you get to. So basically, like Captivating Glance is like you keep on passing the creature, but it's and well, I'm talking about cards that you could play in the commander because this is from Murders a Card off Mana Commander. Hoarder's Greed. Oh darn! Look at this. So 4 mana, sort of you draw 2, lose 2 life, clash an opponent, and if you win, do it again. So you keep on clashing. You could until you lose the clash, and keep on drawing cards and losing life. Wow. Hmm. There's there's Paperfin Rascal, which also triggers flash when it ETBs. Um, pulling. Uh, Pulling Teeth. Well, it clashes as well when you cast it. Uh, Research the Deep. That also clashes, and then it can come back. Like the win, like the winner. If you win the clash, you get to get back to your hand. So you can and revive the fallen as well. So yeah, Ring Skipper having a die trigger where if it dies and you win the clash, it goes back to the hand. What? Scattering Stroke is basically like it's strictly worse, like almost strictly worse mana drain, where it's 4 mana and only if you win the clash do you get the mana value of it. Weed Strangle also clashes. Whirlpool Whelm that also clashes. That's it. That was like the only card. Like they didn't make any other. Like they didn't even reprint the Lorwyn or Morning Tide cards in the deck. They just marveled at clashes for whatever reason. But wow, you could build a Clash Travel deck though. That sounds cool though. Let's go to our number 6, and we got Shield Broker. 5 mana free force, Cephalid Advisor. When it enters, put a shield counter on a non-commander creature you don't control, and you steal it while it has the shield counter. So this is another like temporary stealing card, which steals whilst you have it's basically you it has the shield cap. So if it gets hit or an attempt to destroy it is made, remove the shield cap, and then that's it. You lose control of it. However, this would work with stuff like proliferation, so you can stack the shield counters on it, put more shield counters. That is cool. I mean, so yeah, Shield Broker basically. Oh, it's an octopus fighter, right? And it basically steals a creature. So yeah, that's basically Shield Broker. That's from the that was originally in the that was originally from New Companion Commander, obviously, as you can see, but it made its return in Bloomborough Commander, which is kind of surprising, but still, it is a good card. So it's just, I mean, in Command, you can't steal Commander, but it's still cool. So yeah, let's go to our number 5, and it is Octavia, Living Thesis, a 10 mana 8/8 legendary elemental octopus with costs 8 less to cast if you have 8 or more instants and or sorceries in your graveyard. So, and a ward cost of 8. With Magecraft, when you cast an or copy an instant or sorcery spell, a creature's power and toughness become 8/8 until turn. So Octavia basically uh, was originally from was it was yeah, Commander 2021, which was the Strixhaven Commander, and got reprinted in Thunder Junction Commander. Uh, so this actually is good because this has, I mean, it has potential for like other formats, so like maybe Legacy, but in Commander it's still good because if you have like that fresh or not fresh but like instant or sorcery like 8 or more. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 8. Like once you have 8 or more, that's it. This costs 2 mana, a 2 mana 8/8, and even without that cost reduction, Octavia still is a good card. It's a 10 mana 8/8 with ward 8 and a Magecraft trigger, which can turn a creature into an 8/8. So you could like grow a bunch of your creatures like when you cast. Like you have like some small prowessers that are 1/1s, 2/2s, and then boom, Magecraft. That's an 8/8 out of nowhere. And yeah, this is actually a very powerful card. I mean, that's Octavia, the Living Thesis. Let's go to our number 4, and it is Cephalid Face Taker, a 3 mana 1/4 Octopus Rogue with can't be blocked. Beginning of your combat, you may have it become a copy of anything else, except it's also a 1/4 unblockable creature. So Cephalid Face Taker can literally take the face of basically anything as a 1/4 unblockable. Like, look at all those sweet interactions you can make. Let's go in. Like, Master of Cruelty was no, no, was it no no, not Master of Cruelty. Master of, I forgot what's the name. Master of Cruelties. Oh yeah, that one. Master of Cruelties. That's insane. I mean, there's also, what else? What are some really cool combat damage trigger? I mean, so so deals combat damage. And let's go over to like rare or above. I mean rare or so rare or mythics. Or mythic rare. And what else? And it has to be creature. Let's see. What other deal combat damage triggers are there that are good? There's gonna be a lot, but I mean we're narrowing it down just to rare or mythic creatures. So Aerial Extortionist, that works. Uh, ancient, like any ancient dragon from Baldur's Gate. Uh, we got what else we got? There's Archmage's New. There's also uh, Archivist of Gondor. Well, makes you monarch, whatever. Hmm. What else? There's Archpriest of Shadows. That's also cool. Ashling the Extinguisher. Well, Aspiring Champion, you're gonna have to put Cephalids Face Taker up for sacrifice. Um, Atlan Jackal, not bad. Uh, there's also Augury Adept. And there's also, what else? Balefire Dragon. I mean, it's only 1 damage, but still, it does like you still sweep like 1 damage to everything else. I mean, um, there's Battle Angels of Tyr. There's Bismuth Mindrender. Wow. What else? Is there ooh, Blade Griff Prototype. And Commander, of course. Oh, Bladewing Deathless Tyrant. That's also cool. And hmm, I don't know, but still, this is actually this is cool. You can do so many interactions with this. Let's go to our number 3, and we got Aboshan, Cephalid Emperor, 6 mana, free legendary Octopus. Noble, I'm guessing. I don't remember. Uh, what was the errata? But I mean, Aboshan's not Cephalid. I mean, there's no. Yeah, Octopus Noble. I knew it. With you tap an untapped Octopus you control, tap target permanent. And for free blues, tap all creatures without flying. So this card got buffed. So now the stuff that affects the Cephalid creatures now also affect Octopus creatures. So you can literally tap like even those Octopus creatures that were never Cephalids can now be benefited from a bow shot. So you can play a Octopus tribal deck with a bow shot. That is possible now because all the Cephalids are now Octopodes. And also taps everything that you could also for free blue tap everything that doesn't fly. Issue is none of your Octopus creatures will fly. So you gotta have something that will keep them float. Like so they fly. And you tap everything like there's even this I think there's one enchantment creature that makes all your creatures fly and removes flying from your opponent's creatures. So a Bolshon could just tap them all down. Oh wow. This is just insane. I mean, a Bolshon, really cool. Let's go to our number 2. And we got Loros, the Tidemaker. 8 mana, 8/8 legendary Octopus. With when it attacks, you may pay 8 to tap up to 8 target permanents and freeze them. So Lorphos is literally just it's just Rico. I mean, you play an Octopus tribal like not Octopus. I mean, a blue mono blue commander deck with something like I mean, Lorphos is just one of them. I mean, it's literally it's a heavy hitter. And it's just such an annoying command because you if it manages to attack, just boom, you start freezing your opponent's lands and their stuff. So they just at this point they just cannot play. I mean, it's tap the blockers down as well. It's just so good. I mean, Lorphos is a very uh, powerful card, honestly. Let's go to our number 1. And we got undoubtedly the best Octopus. Seph Illusionist. A 2-mana 1/1 Octopus Wizard. Within it, becomes targeted of a spell ability. Mill free. For free mana tap, prevent all the damage that is dealt to and dealt by target creature you control. So, Seph Illusionist is one piece of the combo. Put it with Shuko or Nomad's Encore, and you can mill out your entire deck. This is subject of a very powerful legacy deck that is basically the Cephalid. It's known as Cephalid Breakfast, or the Cephalid combo. So it's a, It's really cool, and also it's a very strong blocker because I mean you could or makes defense. This is also if you don't have the combo, you could literally spam this trigger to uh basically stop attackers. You know, I mean you pay this and then like for example you have this with Nadu and then you could just get a trigger from Nadu like each turn to draw a card to ramp up and stop some damage. Yeah. That's basically the best Octopus. I mean, honestly, I don't see what is better than Seph Illusionist. Being able to, without a limit, mill your entire deck. So this is very powerful. Anyways, congratulations! You have reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow if you are enjoyed. Share friends. Stay tuned to our next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday, 4:30 GMT. So stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.